Okay, I got my mic up again. I was gonna try doing leaving the mic on for you guys, if anybody logs in, that is. Alright. So maybe I turned down my AV receiver, right, so that it's not too bad through the mic when I'm driving, because I'm not using a headset like, for my sound from the game. I'm using like an AV receiver, so it's going to come through on my mic. But I thought maybe you guys would like to hear me talking as I'm racing and stuff like that, kind of let you know when I'm thinking and feeling and stuff like that. So I thought maybe you might like that. And that's what I thought maybe you might like that. Oops, sorry, just checking my YouTube channel, making sure it's running. And then, yeah, you can kind of hear me. All right. And then, yeah, who knows? Yeah, some questions. So I'm gonna do my career in my car. Gizmo. Come on, Gizmo. Dover. Is Dover a short track? I wonder. Okay, Gizmo, you gotta get off my lap. I can't race with you on my lap. I'm gonna hit you in the head every time I turn the wheel. Yeah, I know, Gizmo. You don't like it. You want to sit on me. Yeah, I know. You're a wonderful little man. Yes, you are. But I can't have you sitting on me. No. Okay, come on, little guy. Yeah. I know, it's horrible. It's horrible that you can't sit on my legs. Okay, here we go. Let me put my wheel in spot. I got my gloves on. I wear gloves when I hang if you're on a DD wheel, you probably will too. Yeah. Because, yeah, DD wheels got a bit of power. Also saves your wheel too by using a glove, I find, eh? If you use sim gloves, sim racing gloves, because what it does is it if you use your bare hands on it, right? Like even if you're able to, right? I wouldn't do it because it wears your wheel casing, like around the actual wheel. It makes it not nice, I find. So, yeah, it doesn't, yeah, so I'm going to go to the track here. So hopefully it's not annoying, okay, that the noise, right? If it is, I might watch it back after. And, see, start session, let's see.
Pull the belts tight and let's get out there.
And hopefully it's not annoying to everybody. I guess I'll go with a neutral setup. Haven't raced Dover in years. So let's just see what I can do.
Focus on your line, we can dial it in from there.
Practice.
You're clear out there. One up high, clear out there. One up high, clear high, clear high.
Not get on the track so early. off their rear end right up in front of you on the corner exit like maybe I might have to use a little bit of brake. I'm just trying to use strictly throttle. Let off early and coast it in and then get back on the gas to try to get some grip. I'm not sure if that's the way to do it. If I should be maybe hitting the brakes a little so I can get that car to get down there. I think that's the way, actually. I think a little bit of brake, a little half of the brakes as they're going in is better than a lift, per se. That's probably going to be my... I'm going to be careful coming out of these corners on the heavy wall. Especially when you're in the Highline, that's when you gotta watch. Doesn't get too out of control. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think I'm just doing a little tap to brake as I'm going in. Little tap. Get it to go down. You don't want to lose too much speed though, right? Or just tap. Like I swear, like a tap. Using my settings that I'm showing you in the thing, that's probably going to work for you too. Alright, so yeah, I think he's trying to get some practice here. Alright, but yeah, I think that's the way to do it. A little tap on the brake. I was doing, a lift off the gas early like this, which kind of works as well, but I think it's better a little tap of the brake as you're going in, and then you can do it a little later too. A little tap here. That was a little late there, but still good because I'm coming down, as you can see there, right? So I'm going to get a nice exit. You just got to be careful not to hit that wall, I guess. Right? And I got a couple of setups, okay, for some tracks. So if people start to watch, if you guys want, I got them from a group I'm in, okay, and I'm not sure how they work, but if anybody's interested, at some point I'll take some time out and we'll go to, I think it's Martinsville and Eco Park, and we'll put in a couple of custom setups, test them out to see if they're any good, and then you guys might have a couple of custom setups, so send a message if you want me to do that, and I'll do that for you guys. Alright, we'll take a break from the career and I'll go do those two tracks and we'll put those setups in that I got from that Facebook group. And yeah. I'll get a couple of setups in and test them and see if they're any good. We'll do it together. That's a tiring track, I'm noticing. That's gonna tire me out, that track. I think. Okay, advance. Right, like I said, if you, as you guys start to watch, you guys want a setup. If you want me to go to do setups for Eco Park, I think it is, and what is it? Martinsville. I can take time out and we'll go do them. Somebody sends a message, I'll do a setup. We'll do 2 setups. And then maybe you guys get some setups. I don't know how they are, okay? So that's why I say we'll go do it together. And then we'll test to see if they're worth using or not, right? Generally, you always want to have a custom setup, especially when the game starts to go. Right now, a lot of people are still using the default ones, right? So, yeah. I'm just, okay, that's too quality, right? So if you leave a message, we'll go do those setups and see if we can't get a couple of good setups in. And as I get them, I'll try to do that as well, right? So I can share them with you guys and you guys see it faster with me. I'm just wondering if I should try to go with a loose setup.
Let us know what you want.
For quality. Right? I do that, right? And you know, technically, I don't think you're allowed to in like real life rules. I don't think you can change your setup, but the game allows you to do it. Right? Where you can qualify a looser setup and then race a tighter setup. And I do a loose setup because it's only going to be a couple of laps, right? In these loose setups, you know, sometimes they start real loose and, you know, they start comfortable, but 2-3 laps later they get too loose. That, or you're running a really soft suspension in the front and they burn the front tires, and then you start to push with them, they'll start to tighten up. But generally I find they just start to wear the rears and loosen up even more, which is, you know, as a race goes on, that's not cool, right? Because then it gets almost out of control. But I find for like, you know, 1 or 2 laps, you can play with the wheel and your throttle and make the tight loose setup work, and it might get you a little bit extra for qualifying. So since you're allowed to in the game to use a loose setup in quality and then a neutral one in, say, race, it's probably better to do it like that, I think. So let's see how it works. Let's hopefully I don't crash it because it's too loose. Because sometimes these loose setups could be
okay, settle in, breathe deep, and make it count. Right? Stay on the blue line now. I actually didn't mind that loose setup most of the time, but you know what? I'm finding a lot of times when I choose a loose setup for the race, right? A couple of laps in, it starts to get too loose. So, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to go this time in the race with the loose setup because it felt pretty comfortable there. But like I said, sometimes they feel really good for 2 or 3 laps and then they fade. So let's see what happens.
Flip the switch. Time to go.
All right, let's go. Let's go racing. Buckle up, buttercups. Let's go racing.
Head away.
Now these guys are gonna munch me on the start for some reason. Because it's totally unfair how they have the AIs and the restarts. So it takes me about 2 or 3 laps to get those spots back again. But I won't get them back. These guys got like juice or something on their cars on the starts, I think. I don't know what it is, but so far I'm liking this 25% loop. I think it's nice. It turns into the turn a lot nicer. I can run more lines easier, I find. I'm nicer in the wheels, feels a lot nicer. I feel confident going around the outside on these guys. Except for him.
Straighten up. You gotta leave. They're up top.
Yeah, I can even. Yeah, I got more control through the corners of this setup. And so far, it's hanging in there. Not getting crazy loose or anything, right? Using my throttle not to overdo it. Yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah, we're loose one. Yeah, this is nice. I think I'm going to be able to leave these guys behind. There you see it. Starting to come around on the rear end there. I'm going to have to carefully how much wheel input I put. I think we're doing pretty good actually. I got the AIs up pretty high now, so I'm making good progress on them, it looks like. You know, looking in my rear view here. Oh shit. When did I talk about it? I wasn't paying attention. So they've got some now new things here, I guess. And I think I'm gonna have to do one anyway. There's a flash and go here, and whoa, yeah, you see it's starting to get loose now. As these tires are starting to wear, it's getting so it's still okay on entry, just coming out now. It's starting to, the rear end is starting to come out. What I'm worried about is when I catch these cars up front, how that air is going to maybe, the air from the cars in front of me might make it quite a bit harder to control. I'm using a little bit different line to come out, help with the looseness of the rear end coming out. But it's not too bad, I can definitely manage it. Careful, buddy. You want to go outside on this guy without him putting me in the wall. Online, I hate going on the red line outside pass. Not because I don't like making an outside pass. I love making an outside pass, but because of the way people race, I would say they don't like to get past. And if you go on the outside, I'd be careful there. outside, they put you into the wall, you know what I mean? And there's really not much you can do about it. You just gotta hope they don't, that they respect you enough that they give you that outside line, right? But online, I'm finding people are still quite a bit. I don't know why they think that, because it's NASCAR, right? I think they think they have to have contact with you to make a pass or whatever. Okay, here, repair damage, okay, climb care and change strategy. Oh, there you go, there's the wedge.
Slow down, slow down, slow down.
So you can add wedge.
Inside
Now, I'm just, see, when he puts it right in front of me, man, come on. I hate that. Like, look at drag wherever you want there, buddy. You know? So they just throw themselves in front of you at the last second, right? You know, like a block is a block.
Back it down, back it down.
But you're a last car, you shouldn't be blocking to start with, but you know, you're gonna block me.
Alright, change up the strategy and we'll do the
Okay.
work.
Oh, look at that. You see, it stops here. See, you'll have to do this on the fly, which might be very difficult. And I think a half a can is going to be fine. I don't think I'm going to touch the wedge because I think it's okay, right? So I guess this would increase the wedge, so make it. So increasing the wedge would probably make it looser, right? I think that's how it works. Wow. Oh, I guess if you change your tires, there you go. So there you go. You see here. I don't think I'm going to bother with tires because, you know, I'll just wear them. I'll just do the half can. But I just want to see here what they did, you know. You see, so if you choose 4 tires, you can go down and adjust your PSI. Now, if you're online and you got a DD wheel, those are not going to be easy to do on the fly, okay? Because you get like a track like this, you're going to be turning nonstop. And to try to use the joystick that's on your wheel or whatever, and to move it around to change that, like offline, it's perfect, okay? I can sit here because it pauses, right, the race. But online, that's trying to do all the different PSIs for your tires, to adjust your tires is going to be hard, right? Because you got to flick it down to each one and make sure you get it to the right one while you're still fighting your wheel. And if you got a DD wheel, like you're fighting it, so it's going to be tough for sure. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and hopefully I don't get a penalty going into the pit. I don't even know where the pit entry is, so hopefully I get a couple of laps to look.
All right, bring it in this time.
I didn't look that well. I got a little bit. So I think it's right here. I got to come in, so.
Whoa, driver. Watch out,
I didn't like that guy being there, so I'll wait another lap. I'll go this time around.
Try to save some fuel if you can. Back it down.
All right, no penalty.
Lost the lead. Let's get it back.
I've gotten a couple of black flags. They don't give you any indicator, okay, of if you're going in too fast or not. So I'm a little cautious, and I go in probably too slow and cost myself a bit of time. But they don't give me anything in a HUD showing me what the speed limit is or anything like that. So I'm just like guessing, right? Which I think they need to do, right? I wouldn't mind seeing them actually do something with the HUDs.
On your
So
toes,
I
man.
can,
One high. They're high.
I'm down to 9. I'm hoping the
Leaders on pit road.
9 guys in front of me are guys that haven't pitted.
One outside. They're high. One inside.
Whoa, whoa!
They're
A
outside.
lot of wave in the steering wheel there coming out of that one. Because I'm on worn tires now, so I gotta nurse them a bit.
They're low. They're low. Two to go this time. We're out front.
Alright, we got the lead back, so that's cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, those tires are done, I think, in the rear. I'm just being really careful with my wheel. How much input I'm putting coming out, especially. You know, making sure I get it nice and straight. Look at this guy. I didn't know which way to go with him.
Inside and outside. They're bottom.
Just worried, you see, like I'm worried this guy's gonna pop himself right out in front of me like that.
Amazing win.
Last
Just never
car,
cease to amaze us.
and he does that. That's what I should have done to him. That's what I should have done, eh? Like, I don't know why they do that. Like last second, just put your car right up in front of you. Like, you know, if you make a block on someone, you should do it in advance to give the guy a little bit of warning so that he can react to it. But when you do it like that, you have no choice but to run into the back of them, right? Which is stupid, right? Like you know, I know it's NASCAR, but you know, there's still race etiquette, somewhat of race etiquette going around, right? I think maybe as the game gets older too, we'll start to see racers getting a little bit more respectful of others. I think sometimes people just think winning a race is more important than their reputation on track, I think. Sometimes I think, and that's wrong. You shouldn't do that, man. You want to win a race, you want to win it as clean as possible, right? You don't want to do that. Taking out guys. Holy crap. Yeah, looks like I did a little bit of damage to my car. I'll have to do a little bit of fixing up here. So let's see. The race shop. Urgent task. Let's see, urgent tasks. What's this? Small, medium. Pick up gear. We're getting some new equipment for the garage, but they got shipped to the wrong place. Your crew chief really needed it today, and I was hoping you could pick it up. Unfortunately, it's only day this week. The local sports writer can do the shop. Okay, well, normally I would say pick up the gear because I'm more concerned about my car than my reputation. But I'll do the interview because that's probably what they want. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't screw me up with my car. I don't think it would. Okay, so work for the week. Oh, we got a new sponsor offer. Intercomp. Sure, I like more money. And like always, finish in the top 10. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I like the money. Show me the money. All right, so there it is. That. Let's see, do anything with staff? No. I wouldn't mind getting better mechanics. Overview. Okay, let's get out of that. Urgent tasks. Work of the week, go. Custom, of course. Customized work. Body's the worst. That's the one we want to do, so we get it cranked back up. Work available. Yeah, I want to do that one. Yeah. Okay, everything's all fixed up. That's that. I got my new sponsor. Like I said, if you guys want me to do a setup, let me know. Office. I wonder if I can. Garage. No. Parts store. No. That's not what I want. Yeah, I wanted to see if I could, okay. Go back to here. Headquarters. Oh, there we go. Customize. Go racing. Achievements. Races. 6 wins. That's pretty good, man. See, oh, there you go. Look underneath here. Wins. Top 5's 9. Top 10's 10. Top 20's 11. That's not bad. 11 races. Lifetime. With finances. Okay, I want a team logo. I want a ghost. You know? I kind of like that one. Mayhem. Mayhem. Full Fury. Thunder. Screaming Eagle. See, if you're an American, you see, I'm Canadian, right? So I think a Screaming Eagle would be good for all-in racing. That's got kind of like a wolf-looking thing, Mystic. I'm from the north, right? So we got them northern wolves up in Canada. So maybe I'll take that, eh? But I do like Mayhem. I like that too. R&J. Rampage. Yeah, Golden Dragon. I like that one too. But, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a ghost racing or something like that. Too bad I can't put that in there. A little ghost or something there. But I think I'm going to change the Mystic for this wolf. So we're going to go Mystic. And go away from the Screaming Eagle. So I'm not American, so I don't think I should be using an American type. Because that's kind of like a Screaming Eagle is an American type. So yeah, it would be an American using something like that. since I'm not American, I'm going to go with the Mystic. Okay, so that's that. Just check it out. I guess there's no way to I'm not worried about paint either, really. Honestly, I just go black. Yeah. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to bother with that. It takes too much time. Achievements, reputation. So I'm up to 3. So by doing that interview, I moved myself up to a rep 3. I don't know how high it goes or anything like that. I think they added some stuff to the cars. So. But I think I'm good. Where am I racing? Oh, Indianapolis Raceway Park. Raceway Park. So is this a road course? Because I like road courses. Or is this a...
Fire her up and let's get out there.
Let's see. I guess we'll find out as I go out.
Don't hold back now, driver. Stay on your blue line here.
So is this the actual... No, this isn't race. This isn't... This is like a short track type thing. Medium track. Definitely gonna need braking in these corners. Yeah, I'm not entering these corners right. Whoa! Wow, I couldn't even control that. Okay, return to garage. You're gonna have to fix that damage.
How's the car feel?
No, like shit. It didn't feel good at all. It didn't want to turn. Okay, so
Alright, let's make some adjustments.
I'm gonna go with loose setup. I have a feeling that's gonna be no good. But let's just try it, I guess. Back and see.
How you
Practice,
feeling
right?
so far?
I've never raced this track ever before, so I was kind of hoping it was Daytona.
Get a good feel for the car and see if we can hit our goal out there.
Or, sorry, the Indianapolis, the big one. Big long straight.
One up high. 3 wide. Clear outside. Far outside.
Sorry, I looked in my rear view there and wasn't paying attention. Nice. So, hey, I'm gonna have to be real careful with the throttle on this track, 100%.
Clear high if you want it.
I want to go faster, but I feel this corner is very tight.
Outside door.
I can't get full throttle until I'm pretty much out of the corner.
Clear high if you want it.
I'm trying to arc it so I can kind of straight line it, but when I did that last time, I lost the rear end. See, when I try to straight line it, yeah, when I try to straight line it, it's very hard. I'm gonna go back to your garage. I'm gonna go back to
Any
neutral.
gambling comments there in that run? Okay, let's change things up.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to take this track. Because, yeah, I tried, like, you know, come in high line and then slow it down enough so that I can arc it downwards to try to straight line it out of the corner. But that doesn't seem to want to work. Because the rear end wants to come around on it. But maybe I can do it this way.
Settle in, hit your march, and focus on our goal. Careful when you burn it down.
Really play the throttle all the way through these corners on this one here. You can't. I keep tapping the throttle all the way through. Just like tap on and off, on and off, on and off. But that seems to be what I need to do because I beat the time there. So I guess I don't like going that slow through a corner. I think you have to. I think that's just the way this track is, yeah. I think that's just the style you have to drive this track, I think. You know, you want to get full throttle, like say halfway through the corner for your exit, but you really can't. You got to play it all the way through, almost right till the end. But I think I got the hang of this now. I think I understand. You just can't push it. You just got to give what the corner's going to give you, right?
Outside.
If you get greedy, it's going to want to go around on you. I think.
Outside.
Definitely need brakes on this one. You can't roll it into the corners, as you like to say. You definitely got to use your brakes on it. And it looks like, you know what, I'm just looking at the track, and it looks like the banking, there's a little bit of banking, but it's only in the second lane and third lane. That first lane looks like it's flat, at least by the way I look at it. So you actually probably want to run this middle lane here, if possible, because that's where the banking is. Right? I think I understand the track enough to do the race. Nobody wants to watch me sit there and practice, but there, at least I give you some info of what I'm doing, right? But I think the middle lane is the lane you want to run on that track, right? So you need to use brake. You got to play the throttle all the way through that corner, almost right to the end. You just can't, like, you know, sometimes you come in, you come into a corner and you just ease off the throttle, roll it in there, and then get back onto the gas, but you get right up to almost full gas. So when you come out, right? But you can't do that on this track. You got to really play it all the way through the corner. I find, at least I do, right? If anybody's got a thing. So I got beat in time, which is okay. I don't mind that. I'm good with that. We'll see if I can improve it in my quality. I don't mind. I want a little bit of competition, right? I just hate that I want to be able to raise the AIs up really high. Like, I've already got them pretty high. But the only thing is, what I don't like is how fast they are. I wish, you know, in that AI menu, They don't have anything for restarts. And that's where they should have a slider. It's for restarts, because these guys are like rockets on the restart. I have not figured out how to beat the AI on a restart. I think there might be 2 or 3 tracks that you can actually do it on, where they, you know. Yeah, I have no idea why they made the AI so strong on the start. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna qualify. Let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can get full.
Let's make this lap the one they all chase. Lay down a burner, buddy.
Trying to push as much as I can here. Shit. Oh! Shit, I didn't realize that. I had 2 laps. Okay, I'm going to restart my quality here. Restart session.
Listen, buddy, we don't need moving, just fast, just clean.
So I've got 2 laps. Okay, I guess some tracks you get 2 laps to do your quality on. It's been a long time since I've done Nascar, so the rules of Nascar have changed quite a bit since, you know, the days when I was watching it, Winston Cup and stuff like that. Now they got stages and stuff like that. So let's see what we can do. Lock it down. They beat me. That means I'm going to lose 5 spots on the start too. And I'm going to have to try to gain those back. But as long as a caution doesn't come out, I think I should be able to do it. I'm not that far off. But yeah, that's a tough, you have to practice that track. I would have to practice that track a while to really get the rhythm for it. Right, so, but yeah, I like it though. I don't mind it, but you got to be patient in the corners. Got to be patient. Like, you want to get full throttle, but you just can't do it. You just gotta burp it all the way through until you get that part where you can finally get full throttle. At least for me, anyways. Let's see if I can't. Hopefully I don't have to make a pit stop in this. Pit stop might end my race.
Get her started now, time to go.
Alright, let's do this. Let's see what we can do.
You ready now?
They're gonna kill me on the start, I know it.
Green, green, green. Outside door. Outside. Clear, clear.
I don't know that I can do a better start than that. And you know what? I ended up working out pretty good. I only lost 1 spot, I think, there.
Stay low. Clear high if you want it.
Oh, I got a lot of.
3-1.
I top there because I think the other car was driving into the rear of me. Let's get focused and see if we can't bring the fight to these guys up here.
Inside now. They're low if you want it.
I gotta get going. I'm not making any progress here. Gotta try to get a little more aggressive, I think. Push the tire a little more to the limit.
More outside. They're high.
Looking up on my left side. I don't like this game that I can't adjust all my things in the oops, we didn't want to do that. But that I can't adjust all my things, move them around on the screen, position them where I want. They don't give you a lot of options in this game. You get what you get and that's it. Most games I can adjust my view a little bit even, open up the POV if I want, which I don't recommend. POV is never good to open up because it gives you a sense of going faster than what you are going actually. So most sim races will have a low POV, right, which is or sorry, FOV, a field of view.
One high.
Right, especially if you're a guy like me that's racing in cockpit.
Outside door.
It's a lot more difficult to know what's going on around you using the view I use. Oh. Well, he said I was clear, so. Hard track. Maybe this traffic coming up here helps me out. Get by these guys. I'm gonna race this track for this is one of the tracks you just gotta be patient in the corner, you just gotta work it.
Outside.
Starting to get a little greedy here. Getting impatient.
They're outside.
Hard to make the pass here.
More outside. Clear.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Clear
Oh,
One of high.
that was nasty. I shouldn't have done that.
Three wide. Clear high if you want it. Car high. Three wide.
I'm gonna try this low line, see if I can't make it work.
Clear top. One outside.
Just to get that pass done. But I got first place. But I kind of did it a little cheap.
Clear top.
I won't be surprised if one of these AIs does it back to me. Right? Because I kind of drove it in there and I kind of, what does that saying? Use 8 tires to help me turn, kind of like there. Because that one wasn't too bad. I think that was pretty good. That's a pretty decent pass. Alright, but I try to race the AIs the same I would race somebody else on track. Just so I get used to that, right? You know what I mean? I don't like rubbing them out if I don't have to. I'd rather think that guy in that car behind me there is trying to run me down, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not that good at this track, so I'm doing a good chance of doing it.
Outside door.
Gotta get some cars in between me and him, maybe.
Clear high if you want it.
And then you got this guy that jumped right in your line. Come on, man. Really?
Outside. So I have to go now.
So what am I supposed to do? Because you're racing
Outside door. 3 wide.
that guy beside you, I'm supposed to wait for you to get it done? That's a tough track. This is a tough track, guys. To get the rhythm for it. You see how I got to get off the throttle? Off and on the throttle on this one? Great, yeah, run too wide here, guys.
Inside
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I'm gonna sneak in between, guys. Hope you don't mind.
They're outside.
I got a car chasing me down and you guys are holding me up. Hold it.
One high. Clear.
Oh, these lap cars,
One outside.
basically.
Clear high.
They don't want to give up their spots, eh? No blue flags in Nascar. If you race anywhere else, okay, like GT and Formula One and open wheel, it's called a blue flag, okay, when you're a lap car, meaning you have to get out of the way. Right? But that doesn't seem to be a rule in NASCAR. Which I can kind of see. I wonder if that rule does go apply to a road race, though. You know, the blue flag rule. If you're on a road course, if they have to get out of your way. Because in Formula One, if you don't get out of the way, you got a penalty for it. Right? They give you so long. But if you really hold up the guy, they're going to give you a penalty. Well, we got first, not bad. Right? But these are the differences in different racing, like, you know, from NASCAR to thing, right? There are different rules, right? And that's what I need to get accustomed to. I need to start to learn the rules. I'm sweating my bag off here, guys. So I'm going to leave the weekend. I hope it's not annoying you guys. I wanted to talk. New series unlocked! Okay. Well, I don't want to leave my series now. Right? They're not going to make me leave my series now, are they? Whoa, look at that. How bad my car took a beating. Wow. Can my car ever take a beating or what, eh? Okay, I'm just going to go do the thing. Hopefully I can continue this season. So yeah, hopefully I just finish this season. I don't see many people watching, so I don't think it's worth nobody sending a message, right? But I was gonna go off at some point and like not off, like into another area on the game, and do a Martinsville and Eco, because I got these two setups and I just wanted to put them in and share them with you guys and see if they actually work. Right? Because just because they're custom doesn't mean they're going to be good. Right? And I'm not always the greatest at making setups, right? Sometimes I give it a try, you know what I mean, and see if I can do it. But NASCAR is a lot different, right? Because it's all wedge and you even like higher tire pressures to get the right side up higher than the left side. To wedge yourself into the corners and stuff like that. Yeah. But the cars are a lot different. These new generation cars. I remember when I was first started NASCAR racing, and before I came back to it on this game, and the cars. If you remember the cars, the right rear used to sit so high up in the air, like the way the cars drove. Like you could literally not drive them on a straight, on a even road surface because they just, straightaways you always got to steer to the right because of the way the wedge works and stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely a different form of racing. All right, but I think guys see NASCAR and they think that they have to race too dirty. They have to always touch you. They always have to, bump and run. A bump and run is considered like legal, kind of. It's cheap, okay? No matter any way you want to look at it. But if you're going to do a bump and run, you don't do it during the race. You do it near the end, right at the very end, when you're going for that win or something like that, and it's a desperation move. Then you do a bump and run, right? But you don't do it all the way through the race and stuff like that because it's a cheap move. And I'll tell you why I think it's a cheap move. It's because the guy in front of you really can't do anything about it. He's just got to hope that you don't spin him too bad or hit him too hard from behind because, he's a sitting duck pretty much. And you get a lot of that, I think, on the short tracks, the bump and run. Especially near the end of the race where everybody's going for that spot, But yeah, NASCAR definitely seems like a tough game to get into a nice lobby where you're gonna get some clean races, right? It probably depends on the track too. Oh, look at that on top of my car. I'm just looking right now. I can see my name, Ghost. That's cool. Well, at least I got my name on my car. Right, I drive in cars, so I never see my car, so I really don't care what it looks like on the outside. Honestly, I don't. Right? So, I just have the smoke here, guys, and I'll continue in. It's kind of open, maybe a bunch of guys might jump in and look. Maybe get into a setup with you guys. But I don't think anybody's there. But when I'm done the stream here, if you watch it later and you want me to do those two setups, say so, and then I'll try to get on at this time every day if I can, and then tomorrow I'll give you guys two setups to see if they're any good. Right? I don't care about sharing setups. Right? I don't care that people have my great setups or whatever. You'll find a lot of guys who won't share their setups because they're afraid once you get it that you're going to beat them. Right? So they're very thing, which is understandable, right? Same in racing though, like real life. It's not like the Kyle Larson shares his setup with Kyle Busch. Because but this is me again. I don't mind sharing my setups, right? What I get. But like I did, most of my setups, I won't make them anyways. I'll take setups, that I find online or in groups and stuff like that, and then test them out, see if they're any good, because I really don't know, right? even in Formula One, I didn't really make my own setups. I'm lucky, right? You know, being fairly popular in racing, that I've got a lot of good friends. You know, I got a lot of good friends in the racing, in online racing. That, you know, I know some esports guys, they'll help me out with my setups, stuff like that. So, you know, that does help me, you know, be fairly quick as well. I'm like, you know, this game's really new, and I'm kind of surprised. Okay, because I don't think I'm not great at it yet. You know, I think I'll get better, and I'll definitely be, you know, one of the faster guys, not one of the elite guys, but a faster guy. But I see all these guys like having problems with their rating. I'm an S rating, but you know, all the leagues I know, and everybody's A's and B's and C's. But I had no problem getting in the thing. Like, I know that you got to be careful of the other guys online, right? But I'll have to try one time, right? Because I don't think, okay, when it goes online, I'll go to my thing so you guys can see, or when I'm done the cigarette. But I don't think it matters, okay? I'm not 100% sure though. I don't think it matters whether you win the race or not, if you're going to increase your level, like C, B, A, and S. I think what it comes down to, if you look up in your right hand corner of the screen when you're online racing, you'll notice a thing there, right? And you'll have an S, an A, a B, and a C, right? And they're lap times. So if you can get a lot of lap times in the S, okay, and then you'll see down at the bottom of that, there's how many incidents, right? And if you can get a lot in the S and no incidents and still not win the race, okay, I still think it'll boost your rating up. And sometimes it'll go up slowly, but if you go 5 races, because it goes by a 5 race average kind of like thing, after 5 races, it might shoot right up there, right? So, a little advice on how to get your rating up there, right? You know, some people are really concerned about that. So, and I actually like having the rating, because it tells you, you know, generally the guys that are in an S are going to race you cleaner. Not always, though, okay, but generally, right? And that's why they try to do the rating system, right? But I'm finding NASCAR, it's probably one of the worst games when it comes to online racing and the people racing online. You really got to find a good group of guys to race with to get some good clean laps done without getting rubbed out. But okay, I'm done my smoke, so I'm gonna do another race here. But before I go do the race, right, just so you guys don't think that thing, I think I was almost maxed out on my thing. It wasn't even that hard. I think I've done about 20 races online. I'm just gonna go out here. I'm gonna go back in and do another race though. I just wanted to show you. But it looks like I've gotten myself into the truck series. So here we go, online. I just go in here so you can see. Okay, see, there you go. My rating's 352. I'm an S class, right? And I think it goes to 420. It's the highest. You can see that I've been 395. How the chart goes there, right? I was all the way up to 420. And from 395, I went down to 352. And I tell you what happened. It wasn't because I was no good in the race. It's because they quit or they lost connection. And then, you know, when that happens, you really can't do much. So I lost like, I guess 43 points just from from the people in the lobby disconnecting. So, but like I said, like what I think you need to do online, okay, to be able to be in an S class is try to avoid the guys. I know it's not easy. Try to avoid getting in incidents with guys, back out and whatever. I don't even know if maybe dropping to the back, okay, getting some space and then run a whole bunch of clean laps that are within the time of the S rating, okay? Like I said, up in the right-hand corner, you'll see that stuff when you go to race. So, but that's how you get yourself into the S class, I think, okay? Race clean. I don't think it so much has to do with your win, if you win. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure if the win is a big part of your rating going up or not. But I definitely know that getting as many good lap times in that get you in the S class category on that chart on the right-hand side when you're online racing, you'll see that chart, right? The more laps you get in the S class time, I think the better your points are going to go up, right? And then by keeping out of incidents, that'll also help you, right? And then probably a win does probably help, but I think you could still go up in class by just simply maybe dropping to the back and running fast laps and clean laps, not getting an incident. You still might be able to bring your rating up, right? But like, you're gonna find the gain is harder than it is to lose. You have one lobby that crashes, you're gonna lose a lot of points. And it doesn't seem fair, okay, but it's just the way it goes, right? Rated event rules. What's that? My fastest laps. Oh, here. There you go. Every online race can improve your rating. In each race, score points for running fast laps and clean. Okay, so earn 50 points for completing any lap. Bonus points can be earned by running fast laps, which are laps of Group B time or higher. Okay, well, I always try to get in the S. Target times will be easier as your tires wear. Well, so the times come down as you go on through the race, so that's nice. So you don't have to keep trying to get a really good time with worn tires and stuff, so that's good. So clean laps, earn 20 points by running clean laps where you don't hit another car, okay? At the end of the race, we determine the percentage of fast laps and clean laps to get your final score. Your rating is calculated from the average of your last 5 race scores. Improve your rating to 100 points to move up to Group B, 200 points to move up thing. So it looks like what I explained earlier is correct. So if you're looking to bring your rating up, okay, guys, my recommendation, okay, like we want to win races. I always want to win races. Like I've been lucky. I think I've run 20 races online. I think I won about 15 or 17 of them. But you know, it was, you know, the game's still early. I think people are learning still. But I think you don't need to concern yourself with winning the race. I think what you need to do, like I think it would actually work, is drop back to the back of the pack. Like if you're in one of those lobbies where you get a shitload of guys, that's going to be a wrecking race probably. Okay, where people are intentionally trying to take you out on the straightaways and stuff like that. So drop to the back, get some space, and log some good laps and clean laps where nobody's around you. You know what I mean? And try to get as many laps as you can in the S, and get as many clean laps as you possibly can. And I think if you do that, no matter where you finish, your class points are going to go up. And then after you do 5, it'll go up even more. Okay, if you're able to do 5 really good, clean races, getting all your times in the S, your rating's going to go up, right? I'm not sure if it's 420, okay, but I think 420 might be the max, and I think I've maxed it out before. But like I said, it just takes one disconnect, and then your points drop by like 50, 60, right? You lose points way faster than you gain them. Let me put it this way. So I suggest, if you race cleaner, try not to have incidents with guys and focus more in on lap times than winning races. I think that'll get your rating up into an S, like me, right? I didn't have any issues with it, right? You know what I mean? But I'm pretty easy going, right? I when these guys are trying to take me out and be idiots, I just back out and let them go. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and just, because there's no need for that, right? I think there's some guys, it's the only way they know how to win is by taking out everyone around them, right? And that's not cool, right? That's not how you get a good reputation anyways. I think there's this guy that posts these videos as Woody or whatever, and he's so proud of himself for winning races, but every race he wins, he's dirty about it. He puts a guy into a wall or something like that, or he spins them, and he's proud of that, right? And honestly, I don't see why you'd be proud, right? I wouldn't be proud of winning races by spinning people, right? And I think most people are like that. I'm older though. I'm 54, right? So, and I've been racing a long time in a lot of different categories and a lot of different leagues and stuff. And for me, I found being a clean racer is going to get you way more respect off and on the track. So when I'm racing, and I'm racing with a bunch of guys that know me, they're going to race me clean because they know how I race. You know what I mean? And it'll be the same for anybody, right? When people get to know you and how you race, you want to be raced clean, race them clean. And even if they don't race you clean and they race you like an idiot, still race them clean. Don't change the way you race because of another guy who wants to be an idiot, right? Still try to run as clean as you possibly can. I know sometimes things get heated. Even with me, sometimes I get heated and I react in a wrong way and I retaliate, right? But I suggest staying away from trying to do that. Just do your own thing, man. Don't worry about, this guy. He might think it's great to take you out to win a race, but it really isn't. It takes no skill to do that. Tough spots. PR manager, tough spots. We've got some issues this week and need you to make a choice. I hate making choices. Review class 5. Delivery driver. Okay, we're in a tough spot. We're somewhere tire on the cars lately. The team was going to spend some time browsing the racing classifieds for new cars and parts this week, but the food delivery apps are also paying out double this week. And maybe food delivery apps? The fuck I'm racing. I don't give a shit about food delivery. They're paying out double this week. And maybe if we sticker your daily driver up like the race car, you can get some bigger tips. Okay, well, I'm not a delivery driver, I'm a race car driver, so we'll do the review classifieds. That's fucking stupid. What do you want me to go drive for DoorDash or something? I don't know, that's weird. I find the career pretty simple in this game. I find this game in general really simple. It's not much to it. Right? And I think they did that on purpose. I think that they'll add to it, but I think they've really kept it really simple. You know, there's not much you can do online. Like, you can't do a proper online weekend. Like, you know, like you can't do like a practice, qualifying, and race. You can only do a race. You can't even do a qualifying for that race. You have to do a race before it to qualify for it. You get what I mean? So that's, yeah, I would like to see them give you more options, especially for league play, where you can set up an online lobby, and even having the practice would be nice, you know, so that you have a practice session and then a quality session and then your main race, right? And I think a lot of leagues might like that too, because you can sit there and go and practice with your buddies in a practice session, right? And then when you guys are all done practicing, you can all back out of the practice and go straight to the quality, stuff like that. But it's just race, that's it. You really don't have a lot of options in this game. Very limited options. It's very simple, this game. Very, very simple, not much to it. But I love the sound of the cars. I like the handling of the cars, right? They're, you know, they're out of my comfort zone. I'm more of a F1 open wheel or a GT3, where you get a lot better handling car. All right. Okay, so recommended custom repairs, customized work. But you know what? It tastes like you see all the WT here, right? So that's going to take away my WP. So you know what I'm thinking? I got more cash than I do WP points, right? So instead of fixing my chassis, why don't I just buy a new one? Right? And then I don't need to fix the old one. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with the thing, right? Because I only got 76 WT points, so I think I'll just buy a new engine instead of fixing them. Because you can see 103, I don't even have 103 points, right? So I don't even think it would fix it. Cost 103 WP, right? So I think it's actually better. Oh, here, look. So I can put this one on. Okay. Yeah. And then I can go. Okay, what happened there? But I wanted to fix it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to replace it. Because I don't know that I can fix it. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it's allowing me to fix it at the same time. So. Okay, so let's go to this. Hey, you've been making such a big name for yourself that the sponsor is interested in funding a truck ride for you next season. Congrats. Your Orca team will remain here for whenever you want to race in this series. Good luck. Okay. So that's for next season. Alright, that's for next season. Where am I racing next? Atlas 150. Alright. So yeah. So it looks like I got a truck ride, so I've done what I needed to do in my first season. Now let's, I guess, finish off the season. I just don't know what type of a track this is. But I think this will be the last track, and then I'm going to log off for tonight. And then maybe tomorrow I'll come back on around this time again and see if I can't get a couple of setups given to you guys, put them in. But yeah, let's go check out what this track's like.
Pull the belts tight and let's get out there.
Because I don't think I've ever raced this track before either. I like it. Most of the tracks I haven't raced in 10 years or so. Right? Because I've been away from NASCAR for so long. It's been so long since NASCAR has actually had a game worth purchasing. Right? I still think they got a lot of work to do with this one, okay, but
settle in, find your rhythm, we'll build from there.
Okay, let's get to the bigger track so fast. I drive with a stick shift, right? So I reach down and grab my shifter. Now I'm gonna have that. I think they're going to use brakes in these corners. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to see it, right? If I can lift it rolling into the corners, but I think brake, a little bit of brake, we need a little bit of brake in these corners. Oh, it's cleaning up. I had to get off the gas there.
Right lap. Everything looks good. Your choice to stay out or stay in.
I just want to stay out of it because I know I beat my target time, but yeah, you gotta be careful how early you get full throttle on third and four there. If you try to go too early, you're gonna push out of the corner. That might be my setup too, right? I'm just using a neutral setup.
Far outside. Far inside.
I think I can go full throttle now. Yeah, yeah, when I get on the gas, I got
You know what I mean? It hooks up. Sometimes that's what you need to do is start to apply some gas and it'll start to bring the car around, right? You know? Just gotta play with it, feel it.
Car low. They're high.
I think that's good. I think I can manage this pretty well here. Practice. Okay, so okay, this William, this little kid here, is faster than me, so I'll have to see if I can't put in a little faster laps so I can steal the pole. Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Qualifying, let's roll.
Let's roll! Buckle up, Buttercup!
Buddy, give us a good run and keep it clean. Every 10 counts now.
It's on these big tracks, I only get one shot at it. Not like a small track where I might get 2 runs at it, so I better make my first run a good one. I got a good run out of here, so I got good speed across the line.
Okay, that's last down.
I was pretty aggressive coming in that corner. A little late on the brake there, I think. I don't want to get off the grass. Oh, I think I screwed it.
Another good lap here.
Oh no, I'm allowed to do 2. I keep screwing up. Sorry, guys. So I am allowed to. I'm going to do it again. Sorry, I know. I shouldn't do that. That's bad.
Okay,
I'm going to do it again.
You got this.
It's really, there are some tracks where I'm only getting 1 shot at it. Like I'm only getting 1 qualifying run. And I guess in most of the tracks you get 2 runs at it. So that's good. I have to keep that in mind. I think I nailed that pretty good. That one just didn't want to hook up.
Let's get another solid lap
There we go. I can do that here. We're going to get a good run here.
That is pole position right there. Great
Oh!
job. Let's take a look.
So Mr. William didn't it? So we got the pole. I did a restart though, so kind of a bit cheesy from my part. But hey, it's what it is. It is what it is. Alright, let's see if we can't hold on and win the race. Hopefully I don't have to pit so I don't get a black flag. Because I really wish they would do something with the HUD and give me some sort of thing telling me what speed I need to get to, because I don't even know what speed the speed limit is, and they don't tell me anywhere here.
you know, what speed I need to be at, and my speed is way over in the right-hand corner. I would rather it be closer to where my dash is, you know, where my the RPMs are being shown, right? Or tell me the RPMs I'm supposed to be at when I go into the pits, right? I'm imagine I have to be in the first gear, that kind of RPM range in first gear, but you know, yeah, they make it very difficult. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I think one line is the line that I need to be at that speed for, but it isn't. It's the next line up, so I'll lose a ton of time that way. So, but yeah, we'll see. Let's see what happens. Maybe I don't have to pit.
Here we go. Start it up.
I'm gonna have to definitely get used to how to pit on this game, especially coming from the banks to the non-banks corners. I'm gonna have to learn how to brake that too, because eventually I want to take that, what they call brake smoothing off, which will take off all the stability that it does for your car, and now make it so that it feels like I'm really braking a Nascar.
Wake up in there, we're not going to win, sit still.
They got brake smoothing in here, okay, and it really helps you out with your braking, I guarantee. All right, let's lose a couple spots on that one. Restart like normal. There they go.
3 wide. 1 outside. 3 wide. 1 bottom.
Oh, looks like I ran into a guy there. Oh! Guy tried to spin me. I guess there was a guy there, and I didn't realize it. Hopefully I didn't take too much damage there. At least I didn't go right around. But that's bull. I really, look at this guy. Come on. I swear that this Nascar is more about blocking than it is passing. Try to get these guys on the outside line here. But now I got this guy going in the middle.
1 outside. Clear outside. Outside.
You get these guys, they try to, you know, turn down into your rear end when you're driving, and I don't like that. Right?
Clear outside.
Look at this guy. He the whole time he's driving onto my rear end trying to take me around. See, look at him. Jesus. And then he does that and jumps up in front of you. He's like, come on, man.
Clear high if you want it. Hard low.
Once I can clear these guys, I'll be able to open up a gap.
1 on the bottom. Clear low. Inside now. Clear low.
Now I got some space.
Fast left in.
I don't got guys trying to...
Still there. Clear high if you want.
I got a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's going to affect me too much. So 15 laps of fuel. No, I won't need to fix. I can get here and concentrate on just making my lap cars like their lead lap, you know? Which is different than any other race, right? Generally, in any form of race, it leads
They're outside.
these cars. Like, look at that. Like, how much he slows down right there.
Or outside. They're high. They're high. One high. They're outside. Car inside.
Geez, they slow down so much.
They're inside.
And then they slow down and put it right in front of you too at the same time, which is, to me, like, you know, okay, slow down, but hold your line, you know? Don't just jump it in front of me like that, knowing that you're moving way slower than me.
One on the bottom. They're high. They're high. All clear. One outside. Clear, clear, clear. One
I'm gonna go
bottom.
outside of this guy.
They're all around. Inside now. They're inside. Outside now.
I think I could have went with a loose setup, actually, a looser setup on this track. Right now, I feel really comfortable. I guess it does what I want it to do. I can
5 to go.
pick multiple different types of lines, you know, like come in high like this and then get off the gas and then arc it down like this so that you get a nice straightaway speed coming out. See, there's always different ways. That's what I like about some of these old tracks. You can run all these different types of lines
Car outside.
and find different pace, you know? You're not stuck to that, apex type line, where you come in high, then hit the apex mid-corner, and come out high, you know what I mean? You can actually go in and run like a high line all the way through, or you can come in high and then arc it, so that you turn it down near the center and try to straight line it out of the corner to get some good straightaway speed, which is cool.
They're high. Car high.
See where he's going.
They're all Car outside.
This guy doesn't want to let me by it, looks like.
You're all clear.
I don't understand why he would.
Inside. They're inside.
Hold your line, buddy. Now jump in front of me again. Make up your mind. You want the inside or the outside? So yeah, it looks like I got by that guy
Right here.
Probably due to the
Try to save some fuel. Yeah.
low fuel.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I like that. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's funny. Yeah, Iowa. So that was Iowa. Okay, you see this right here? The ARCA series was the biggest talk in Iowa as the driver Iron Ghost, who powered to a win. This race result puts the number 94 car in number 1 in the ARCA standings. And the reason why I'm reading this, because this is a flaw in the game that I'm noticing, that I just noticed. So I leave the race weekend, okay? And as you can see, my car has a 37 on it. Okay, see, 37 Iron Ghost, it's in. So even though you change your number in the career, right, it looks like it don't care. It's still gonna remember you as 94. So another flaw in the game. That's another glitch that I just noticed. There's a lot in this game. I think they released a really raw game, really simple too, because there's not much to this game, really, honestly. You know, the career is very simple. Like, there's not a whole lot here that you do. Right, but you can see my car number is 37, but yet it's still calling me car 94, right? And 94 is the default. Right, so I'm gonna just go. Oh, look at this. Well, I guess let's watch this. Let's see what Dale Jr.'s got to say.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of Dale Jr. Download here.
Love his dad. I actually watched the race where he was blocking for his son and Michael Waltrip at the Daytona 500, where he died in what was it, 2001, I think. Yeah, I was actually watching that race. I think it was Sterling Marlin was the one that his dad was trying to block to help his son and his team win that Daytona 500, and Sterling didn't do anything wrong, okay, like, you know, you can't blame that, but yeah, he hit the wall there, and I guess, yeah, whatever.
So this team will ride this high off of this competitiveness for so long and try to take advantage of it in this championship.
Yeah, this reminds me exactly of that motor that Richie built for you back in the day. That thing could not be beat.
Richie Gilmore did build an incredible engine for us that we raced at Daytona and Talladega, number 11, and it was magical. It was a golden piece, man. And it was a must every time we went to the racetrack. That engine went in our car, and we did everything we could to try to take advantage of that and win as many races as possible. And it has a heck of a record. When you find something like that, you hang on to it as long as you can, and you try not to let anybody in the garage figure out what you're doing. It's hard though. Everybody's on top of each other in this sport, and it's hard to keep those kind of secrets, but you try to do that as long as you possibly can.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, so Golden Premium Composite Body, level 5. The RD team went above and beyond providing a Golden Premium Composite Body usage in any car. Usage in any of your cars in this series. Okay, so only for this series. Okay, so I got a gold. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so I gotta obviously finish 10th or better in the next race. Okay, and I'll get an offer for that. Oh, look at this! I've got a mechanic, an elite mechanic. Okay, review. Yeah, of course. All right. So that's cool. I just gotta. So I got a pretty good team now. It looks like. Get back. Now, custom. Wow, you know what? It looks like. Okay, so it looks like that's all I need to do. This one looks like I probably just have to repair it. And yeah, repair it. But now I've got a golden composite body. Don't know how much that'll improve my performance, but what's the green W? Oh, I guess that's how much it's going to be taken away. Okay, I get it. Okay, back to the lunch. Whoa. Garage. Oh, so it did. It didn't look like it went all the way up, but it did. Parts store. Oh, okay, I get it. So I don't have this part all the time. So that's what he was talking about there. So I want to try to keep this body that I have right now that's on the car in good shape, I guess, because this is the only golden body I got. So okay, so that's cool. So go there. Watkins Glen. Oh, I'm gonna like that. That's a road course. Sure, I get a golden body for a road course. These guys are gonna trash it. I guess I'll have to keep fixing it. All right, guys, I think I'm done for tonight. I think I did enough. I did a couple of races there, 3 races. All right. Let's see, series. It's not, yeah, I wanted to see. I want to see, what did I want to see? No, it's not what I wanted to see. This is what getting old does to you. You forget everything. Okay, yeah, so I think that's enough for tonight for me. Like I said, if you guys want 2 setups, I got 2 setups that I haven't put in yet. For my driver's ratings. Oh, wonder if I'm in there. I just see these chicks, eh? Swear to God, like, she's normal. I think all these broads, they Botox all their lips and stuff. Not her. She kind of looks a little bit butchy. Yeah, so they don't give my rating. They just give all the other drivers. Yeah, she's normal. This girl looks like she's had Botox in her lips, so. Where is she? This one. Yeah. I hate them when they get older, and these chicks. They Botox their lips and stuff. When they get old and do all this stuff to their face, and they think it makes them look better, but I think they'd be better off just letting themselves age naturally. You know what I mean? And then you'd be better. All right. Anyways, guys, I'm the Ghost, and I'm out. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of the career. I didn't do that much tonight, but I'll do some more tomorrow. And if you guys leave a message, I'll do 2 setups for you tomorrow as well at the same time. And I'll be like on probably around between 11 and 12 Eastern time in the evening, and probably go into their morning hours. Okay, so if you want me to do 2 setups for Martinsville and Echo Park, I'll do them. I don't know how they are, but we'll test them at the same time. So leave a message that you want me to do them, and I'll do them tomorrow. Okay? But if you don't leave a message, I won't do them. So you gotta ask. If you want the setup, you gotta ask. All right, guys. I'm the Ghost. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you later. Ciao.